Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode. Today we've got a guy, he's a DJ, and I'm just dropping in home. And it's early hours of the morning, and he's going to tell us about how he got into the industry and what motivates him, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So here you are, Toby. Nice to have you here today.
Pleasure.
Okay, so tell us, how did you get into the industry?
Do you know what? It's just one of them things from just partying and being out with my mates, just getting about. It's just something I thought, look, seeing the decks there and just hearing the music and being into music myself, I just thought we need to get behind them ourselves, innit, and just see how we can kind of get our foot through the door. So I think in that sense, just being part of that energy was what kind of pushed me.
So what age were you then when you started?
It's like when I was 15, started going out when I was like 15, using my big bro's ID and that, just trying to get here and there, get me.
Was it vinyl or was it you CD or that?
CDJs and that, yeah. I'm still young, I'm 24 innit, so
okay.
Yeah, then it was like CDJs and that, and then
Is that what you use today?
Yeah, CDJ Nexus 2000s right now, yeah.
So when you, right, I'm not into this thing, or I'm not up to speed, I should say, not into it. What is CDJs? It's like just CDs?
No, so I think on the CDJs that I'm using right now, you can use your USB, you can plug in your laptop as well, or you can use CDs. I'm not too sure what else you can use. I mainly use my USB in it because there's a software like Record Box. Just get that on your laptop. Put your songs on Record Box. Transfer that to your USB. You're ready to go in it. Just read your BPM and that, and then from there, yeah, you're all good, all set. Like.
Okay. BPM, beats per minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, the listeners, they're not all up to speed. Let's say on your jargon. So. Who do you idolise, as in your industry?
In the industry right now?
Or when you were growing up? You said
yeah, like, I think growing up, it wasn't so much just like the DJ in itself, it's more the music, innit? Because my brother, like, there's a 9-year age gap, so like, back in the day, a lot of pirate radio stations and just hearing a lot of grime music, UK funky, just hearing music in itself and just the energy it brought to me, I kind of just got fascinated by that. I wasn't usually like able to understand what was what, but it was just one of them things where like it was the vibes that caught me. When I say like people in industry right now, there's a lot of rappers that man could list off, but I think in terms of DJing as well, like one big one at the moment, I think is like Benji B, like Chippy Nonstop. She's from Canada. Like I've spoken to her as of recent. Like she's mad cool.
Are these all grime people?
Nah, these are people that just like play just vibes. Like you can't put them in like one specific kind of genre. It's just quite an eclectic sound, isn't it? Just a lot of genres they like to dash out, but when you mash it together, it just makes so much sense, isn't it? It's just the vibe it gives you. It's just like it's quite euphoric in a sense, isn't it? And like, I think from going out, like I got a friend of mine, he DJs as well. I met him at All Saints, where I used to work back in the day. And I started going out with him, and he took me to like
All Saints, the club, yeah?
No, All Saints, the clothing brand, isn't it? Okay. The shop.
All right.
So I started partying with him quite a bit, and then he took me to like a deviation night, I think, one time, or was it Flat White with like Virgil Abloh, and he was just DJing S04, innit? And I think I was just looking like raw, like this is the sort of levels that people get to, innit? And it's just banging. And that since then, I think that's when I thought, you know what, like this DJ thing really needs to run for me in the sense, because like even me, like, I was using my phone to like put in his face like, oh look, play this track, and it was just that atmosphere, just I don't know, man, it's just something different. And I think a lot of the time when you're in them environments, a lot of people let go of all these like kind of things they bring to their day-to-day lives, and like in there you can just be this person, just enjoying yourself. And I think that's what I enjoy in it.
Experience, that euphoria that you say you feel.
honestly, like, it's, especially when, me personally, when there's a bag of people around on the same kind of wave, you're with your friends, there's a couple women about, couple, like, just the serotonin's flying around, energy's bouncing off, like, I think I just forget about all that negative crap in it. It's just more about, like, just having a good time and just the music as well. When the music's banging, oh mate, it's just like banger after banger. It's just like, wow, like, it's just impactful, innit? And I think it's one of them ones where, especially when you can walk away with like good memories and like understand that, like, I had a good fucking time, innit? Am I allowed to swear on it?
Yeah.
My bad.
So it's funny, everybody always asks that after they swarm.
Yeah, why not?
Don't worry. Right, so where have you played?
Do you know what? So playing, it's more like house parties. I played at Globe in West, but that was more of a friend thing, because like one of our boys, he was moving to Amsterdam, and he was having a go away party, so us lot were just jumping on and that. But right now at the moment, what I'm doing is like, as of like Corona's come through and kind of like had a big impact on the nightlife, everyone's life in a sense, but it's just one of them things where I'm just getting mixes out. I had a mix recently on Rinse FM with like Record Shop Radio. Shout out huge for giving man the opportunity. But I think for me right now, shit is like starting to rise up in a sense where like now, hopefully after all this kind of is said and done, I can get more bookings and start actually taking things off. But as of now, it's mainly just been like house parties, little like underground things, nothing crazy, but it's one of them things where it's all coming to fruition, isn't it? Like,
all right, what would you say you need to have, personality-wise, to be a DJ?
I think there's kind of that level of calmness, man, because sometimes when you're behind them decks and you think, oh shit, like, what's the next move, innit? And I think being able to process and knowing like what sort of vibe we're coming with is important, but at the same time having like a sense of charisma, because I think with DJ you need some energy, man. Like, you need to be able to impact people and be able to give a part of yourself to the crowd, and when you got good charisma, you obviously got a lot of energy to give out, and people appreciate that and hopefully reciprocate that, and you're both you DJing and them hearing that you're both feeling each other's energy and having a good time in it. So I think that kind of level of awareness is very helpful in itself. So that's what I try to do on a day-to-day, really.
What would you say you've learned over the years that you wish you knew when you started?
You know what? Like, don't wait, man. Just like, if you feel it, go for it. Like, a lot of the time, I think if I got into it, I wouldn't say sooner, but it's just like, you know, when you do things a bit earlier, you just got more time to just like hone things in and just get better and better. Not to say that can't be a thing now, but it's just like, if you feel like doing something, just going for it. I feel like at the time, I think there was one time I used to play football, and there was one time like a van thing came and like it had like decks in the back, and us lot were walking back from training, and we all just saw it, and I was just like, raw, like, that shit just looks mad, isn't it? It's hella complicated, but looking at it now, like, it's like when you learn to drive, and when you first start driving, you're like, raw, this is crazy, but then after a while, you're whizzing about, innit? And that's what I feel like on the decks now, like, I don't have to think twice about certain things, innit? So I feel like, yeah, just go for it, and you just realise that as time goes on, you just get better and better, and you just get more comfortable. Don't be intimidated by such things, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Would you, what do you see, do you do this as a full-time job?
So I work in like media, like advertising. So right now I'm at a media agency, and working on quite a good, decent client. And I think for me, this is something that I'm trying to incorporate with the music as well. So I want to try and go into like brand management or like consultation or like creative directing. I want to try and do that within music, but hopefully it's just about like trying to get my own creative agency in a sense, innit? But I would want the DJing to be something that I can go and do as an outlet. That's the main thing for me, innit? I think being able to have like an outlet and something to do external to like my professional career and that, it's just helpful to keep me feeling good, got a sense of just like the energy, the vibes, and just having other avenues, meeting new people. Like, why not? Like, for me anyway, I just like to be about and just meeting, talking, sharing their experiences. Like, I think a lot of people enjoy the same things, isn't it? So why not?
What does the future hold for you?
Yeah, I think right now as well, it's just more about just getting on top of things really, and managing myself well enough to where I can actually do these things, where I can do the DJing and I can have my career in sense where I'm working with media, advertising, curation, and just bringing like awareness to certain things as well. I think culturally, like, I want to have an impact in terms of just opening certain people's eyes. Not everyone on the whole planet, but I feel like once you open a couple people's eyes, that's like a chain reaction kind of vibe, innit? And then certain people can feed into things, and then it's just, I think the future is more about just building and just sharing and just trying to grow as a person and as a team and as a group of people, community. And I think that way each day will just lead on itself, innit? Hopefully.
That's true. That's very, very true.
It's still working.
It is. No, it is. Don't worry. Everybody asks that.
Okay.
I have to warn people at the start, really. I should have warned you that, listen, your thinking's off, but it's still on.
All right, cool.
Yeah, in that case, things. Okay. Where can people find you?
Okay, on Instagram, obviously, and that's LVDIPO, but I spell it with a LVDIPO. That's the same on Twitter, SoundCloud, all that stuff there. And I think I'm on LinkedIn, but I feel like sharing my name right now is a bit men's, but hopefully you can add 2 and 2 together, innit?
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that.
No, I appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Much appreciated. And we wish you well. We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.